Aloha! In this video, we are going to take a look at a two-way table, convert it from reporting frequencies to reporting relative frequencies, and use Excel to make a data visualization to understand this data more clearly. It is summer right now, and it's been hot. So I conducted a very informal poll on Facebook about favorite flavor of ice cream. Let's pull up Excel now and take a look at it. So here we can see our data. It looks like the 30s to 50s really like chocolate. There's quite a high frequency of people who reported chocolate. In the other ages, you can see it's much lower. But let's take a closer look at this data. Adding totals can be very illuminating. Now we see that a lot more 30 to 50s responded to the poll. If we were to look at other totals, the grand total was 219 participated overall. And then to find how many total said they like chocolate, we can use the sum function. All Excel functions start with the equal symbol. Then you start typing the word you would like, and it often pops up. So I would like the sum of these three things. Enter. So 94 people like chocolate. I would like to do the similar formula on the next row down and have every value advance one row down. So I can come to Excel as a black plus symbol and drag that formula down. So regardless of age, it does look like chocolate is more popular than vanilla or strawberry. But since there's this fact that there are so many more participants who responded in the age 30 to 50 category than in the other two, it can be illuminating to take a look at the proportion that said each. So let's copy our table, just the data. Let's give it a label, make it nice and large, and bold. We won't want this to cut off when we view Excel later, so I'm going to highlight the 4 cells that it overlapped and merge them. Format cell, alignment, merge. Right. Oh, I should have merged one more cell. See, that P is cut off. There's more than one way to fix something. Let's clear out the information and report it as relative frequencies by using the original data up above. So this cell will be equal to 3 out of the total in the less than 30s was 10. I'm going to want to do that same operation for the cell below. So I could drag down, but I'm going to get an error when this happens. Divide by 0. It accidentally updated the grand total 10 up to this blank cell and then divided by 0. So we need to freeze the denominator before we can use the drag down method again. Great. So this cell B6, I will want the 6 to stay a 6 and not come down when I drag the formula down, $sign. Putting that $sign in front of the 6 will freeze the cell row. So now I'm good to drag this down. And the grand total should be all probabilities total to this number. Do you know what that number is? Have it on the tip of your tongue? Total of probability is always 100%, so 1.0. Then I'll want to do the same type of formula for the next row over. So I can drag from left to right and double check. Yes, it did C3 over C6, and the 6 is frozen. So I'm free to drag down. And I want this pattern to copy on the last cell as well. We'll double check that everything went well. They should all sum to 100%. There we go. Looking at the proportions, the proportion chocolate is much more consistent than looking at the count, the frequency. So when we have total frequencies that are quite different, it's useful to look at the relative frequency. Numbers are all well and good, but pictures tend to paint a more powerful representation. So let's make this a graph. Highlighting those proportions, we'll insert a bar chart. There we go. There we go. That's a title that if someone were to read this picture out of context, they would have a good inclination of what this data is summarizing. Here, this is nicely labeled. We see chocolate is blue, strawberries orange. That's appropriate, and vanilla's gray. Again, pretty appropriate. Nice. I'd like to add a little more labels. Going to my plus symbol. I want axis titles for the vertical axis. This is a proportion that say it's their favorite. Taken data that was given to us in counts. At first glance, this number really seemed to pop out. It was the largest. Then on further reflection, we saw it also came from the largest total. So it was better to consider it relative. And now we see there's actually a greater proportion of over 50 who enjoy chocolate than compared to the between 30 and 50. Lastly, we used Excel to visualize the data to make a more compelling story. We can see here the less than 30s quite enjoy vanilla more than the others. Is there something that could explain that? Think about how I came across the data. Was this a rigorous scientific study, or was this a more haphazard anecdotal study? I hope you found this video helpful. Enjoy your study of statistics. Aloha.